Hi. Welcome to the Journey Fitness Podcast.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
I'm Janelle with
I'm Mo.
Vitality. What are you
Sorry I
doing?
interrupted you with Vitality.
That's all right.
I'm Mo with marketing and social media and things.
And this is Savannah.
Hi guys, I partner with GFI, which is Global Financial Impact, and I do finances.
She's a money girl.
Yes.
Yeah. After this, I'm going to hire you.
So you got a client.
Just so you know.
Love that for you.
Got it. It's okay.
She's like, what if
Because
I don't want you, actually?
So speaking of that,
Yeah.
hiring you. How does your plan work? Like, do you charge like an intro, like a real deep dive into your finances, and that's a lump sum? And then do you have like a maintenance? How do you what's your perfect client?
Perfect client.
Because I want to be your perfect client.
Well, actually, crazy enough, I do financial needs analysis, so I do a deep dive. Don't have a heart attack. It's complimentary.
What?
Yes.
I can afford that.
I can afford complimentary also.
My
Yes.
deep dive is a complimentary service.
Yes. What are your husband's name again?
Hers is Devin, mine is Andrew.
You're welcome, Devin and Andrew. I got you guys. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, it's complimentary, right?
Okay.
So we partner with different companies. So I'm not a person who just works for one company, right?
Yeah.
So there's over 20 plus companies who work for me.
Okay.
And so usually when we do a deep dive, we kind of see what your plans are, because I can almost guarantee you, you and Andrew are going to be completely different than you and Devin. Your plans are going to be completely different, although you guys are business owners. What you guys' needs are completely different.
Yeah.
You guys both have kids. Again,
Yeah.
those kids are going to be completely different.
Yeah.
And so it's not a one size fits all. And so in order for me to do that, like, why would I charge you? And I say this because it's like, especially with like my middle class or lower than that, how am I going to be able to charge them if they don't have money to begin
And
with?
that's why they need you.
Yeah.
Because
And
they
it's
don't have any money.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like,
That makes sense.
how can they go to talk to somebody about their finances when they're struggling financially?
Okay. So I'm on board.
That
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
And then
Hired.
after the deep dive,
Yes.
what does that look like?
So we'll go over all of your finances. First, we'll actually talk about your family and figure out what it is that you guys need. What are your wants? What are your
Money.
goals? Other than money. Yeah. Right? But it's like, how can we find that, and how can we help your money? Because let's be real, right? You guys are, I would say well established right
She's
now.
looking around at our podcast room like,
I was like,
wow.
Our ceiling is blue.
honestly, I love it. Let's be real. Because for me, it's like when I see you guys, it's a privilege for me to be here with you both, by the way, because when I get to
that's so
see you
nice.
both on your social media, how much you guys put yourselves out there, like nobody knows.
Our no shit's given.
Yes, like nobody knows the struggles,
Yeah.
except for you guys. Even your own internal, personal, family struggles. Like nobody sees what goes on at home. They only see what you guys are doing in here. But if you were to pan out, right, and do this room, like they'd be like, "What the heck?" Like,
What the hell is this?
but it's
You
like
can do it anywhere.
exactly. And it's like, but you two are making it work. And that, for me,
you.
even not even just being a female, but like up and coming entrepreneur too. It's like it's a big deal. And so it's like you guys are. I'll talk about you guys a little bit. It's you guys are, what do you call it? Passing it on to the next generation, but you guys are doing it first. You guys both had your own careers prior to this, and now you guys are. So it's like you guys can have it all if you fit it in, right? Especially with your happiness, with your family. Like it's a big deal for you guys to be present, and I love that. And so,
thanks.
oh, you're welcome. Podcast done. No, and that's it. Thanks for listening in, guys. So we do a deep dive, and we actually figure out what your goals are, right? Because if your goals are to retire, like in the next 10 years, I get it. You two probably can't sit still.
Next
so it's
10 minutes. You kidding?
oh, there you go. All right. But what is, and that's what I
Yeah.
mean is, what does retirement look like for you? What is your
God.
definition, right? I know your husband, is he still a firefighter, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, I know he probably can't sit still, but it's like, how hard he works, how much do you want to retire him earlier, right? And it's like, when will Vitality be a business where it can run on its own? Because you have shit to do. Like
Yeah,
you want to go
literally.
and travel, like
Yeah.
you want to take the kids.
She's done living here.
Exactly, right? And both of your kids are younger-ish,
Yeah,
right?
3.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a high schooler.
Oh gosh, yeah. I have a
know.
senior right now, so
Oh my God.
Anyways, what you call it? But it's like they're young enough where you guys want to be even like a lot more present and to kind of have them experience life outside of a classroom.
Yeah.
Per se, right? And so figuring out what you guys' goals are first, and then it's like, how can we get there? Yeah, it's everything surrounds, like money surrounds everything. But if we don't know what your goals are, how can I help you get there?
My goal is to travel, which requires money, but my goal, yes, has a tangible thing.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's like, how can we help you get there? Right. And it's like, yeah, do we need to create a budget? If that works for you, great. If it doesn't, what else is going to be able to work for you? Right. And so usually what I do is I'll pull at heartstrings. Right. So,
Shit.
Get real emotional.
Well, it's because, okay, so my prior thing before this, I was in the military. I used to be an interrogator.
Dang.
And so,
Does your office have like a black room and like a shining light?
what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Now,
That would be so awesome.
what? What are you talking about?
So Janelle, you spend too much on marketing. No, I'm just kidding.
But part of what I did, and
no
part of
loan
my
means cash.
So what you're saying is,
part of my training is to do just that, right? It's based off of connection and emotion. Just like how money, your emotion with money should be a tangible thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's yours. You work damn hard to freaking get that. You guys put yourself out there to be where you're at right now and earn what you get. So it's like, you need your money to work for you. So if you're working this hard to earn this, you need to have your money working for you. And the only way to do that is by also educating people or educating you guys on what vehicles are out there that'll help your money make money.
Yeah.
Right? Because, my gosh, what is his name? Rich guy. I'm getting blanky right
Grant Cardone.
Nope.
Dave Ramsey.
Even bigger.
Even bigger.
He's older.
Donald Trump.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Nope. Dang it.
Elon Musk.
Nope.
The guy that owns Amazon.
Nope.
Bezos.
No, not
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Anyways, oh gosh, it's gonna annoy me.
You sound like me every podcast.
No, you fit right in because
Yeah.
Janelle never remembers
I
anything.
don't remember names.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Dang it.
he's rich and what?
Anyway, he's super rich,
Super
probably
rich.
like a super duper billionaire.
Nice.
But he, one of his famous sayings is, if you're not making money while you sleep, you're going to be working for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I picture who you're talking about. That's all I got.
It's going to be like
Yeah.
a couple days from now. I'm going to
Yeah.
text both of you.
So,
Like,
yeah,
I got him, guys. Here's a picture of him. Like, can you add that in, Mo? That'd be great. Like,
Just flash a picture
Just
of it. This guy.
yeah, that guy right there.
Cool.
But yeah, so it's like, how can you help? Because being a what do you call it? A regular 1099 self-employed, right? You have to come in, right? So you're a massage therapist. So if you don't massage people, if you don't massage people, you don't make shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't make any money.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not getting any clients for marketing, you're not making any money. So it's like, but how can you step away, right? And have your business run on its own and have your money make money. But it's not even just within your business. How can you use what you're getting from your business to put it into different vehicles that are protected that can help use the market? That's what it's there for, right?
Yeah.
You use what the vehicles that are out there.
Yeah.
That's why they're there to begin with. So
Okay, this is why I'm excited to talk to you because the last 3 financial advisors that I've talked to, for one, talk a lot about 401ks and life insurance. I'm like, life insurance is not going to make me a ton of money, but I do need life insurance and I want life insurance. And I'm going to switch my life insurance. Actually, we just talked about that yesterday because I have a normal life insurance, but I do want to switch it to the one that does actually make you money and you can actually withdraw from. So we will have that discussion.
yes,
But it's not all Dave Ramsey, right? Like you have to have a little Robert Kiyosaki in there to have money make money for you. I
Yes.
think Dave Ramsey is the very 101. Like, hey, we got to get this step done first. Like you got to get out of debt. And then you can then move to the Robert Kiyosaki of how do we make your money, leverage your money for you.
yes.
Right?
There are so many different ways to do that.
I'm so excited.
Well, which is funny because
Get your notebook.
yeah. So one of the vehicles, which is crazy that you said that, is using life insurance to work for you.
Amazing.
Because I don't know what type of life insurance you have.
Mine is like literally, I mean, we still pay a couple $300 a month, but it just is what it is what it is. When it's gone, it's gone.
So it's a term.
It's just literally like,
It's probably a term then.
yeah.
Because you don't make any money in a term. You're just paying strictly just for life insurance, right? But there are life insurances now. So I don't know if you guys know what a whole life is.
Yes.
Okay, so whole life. Imagine a whole life being like iPhone 1.
Oh.
Right? So they've upgraded what number are we on right now? I think we're on like a
15,
16, 8XR plus, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They make all these
Something
crazy
like that.
ones, and then of course next month they're probably going to come out with
Yeah.
a 17XR,
Every
whatever,
time.
whatever.
Yeah.
It happens all
Every
the time.
year.
Every year.
And then somehow magically, when they come out with a new one, your phone stops working.
Oh, what?
You're
And
like,
then you
I
have
was
to
working
upgrade?
great.
Oh, by the way, you also qualify for an upgrade. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
It
Tell me
happens
your
all-
phone stops working.
Look at this fun cycle they put us in.
Yeah. So think of it like that. Insurance has upgraded so much. So now we're on iPhone 16, and it's called an Index Universal Life. So what that does is, so I'll do both. So your advisor's talking about a 401k, right? And so you guys both kind of know how a 401k works, right? It's traditional retirement plan. You put into it, but it's also tied to the market. So if you guys have been following the market lately, it's in the red.
So fun. Yay.
However, in an Index Universal Life, it mirrors the market. And so when big government, right, is looking at it, it's like, oh, 401k, I'll take that, right? Because they own it, right? It's part of one of their plans. When they're looking, though, at retirement plans, they'll look at like a Roth, they'll look at like a traditional, and they're like, okay, these are all retirement plans we can pull from because we have the ability to do so. But then they'll look at it and they'll be like, oh, that's life insurance. We can't really pull from that. That's why it's protected, because it's under life insurance.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so a whole life used to be, so a whole life was usually fixed at a certain interest rate. Usually it's anywhere between 4 to 6%. But if the market were to boom and do like 10%, you just lost out on a 4%. I mean, you guaranteed a 6%, but you kind of just lost out on, the insurance company gets to keep that extra 4%.
Yeah.
In an Index Universal Life, there are different strategies. However, there are uncapped strategies. So if the market does like 30%, Mo gets 30%. I'm like, that's crazy,
Yay!
right? But if
I'm
the market
rich.
also drops, there's a zero floor rate. So you don't lose any money. And it's just protected, and you'll just continue to compound interest, right? And then when the market comes back up, all that money you've been putting in, it'll just come and just kind of shoot up.
And then can you take from that? Can you take loans against it?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay.
And it's also tax free.
Hey.
Is it, so it's tax free, but is there an interest rate attached to it
There is, and it just depends on the rate. So it
Okay.
just depends on the rate
at the time?
at the time, of when you take it. But you also don't have to wait until you're 59 and have to access it.
Right. And you don't pay any fees besides the interest rate.
Beside the interest rate, because it's tax free.
Nice.
Interesting.
Love it.
And this is legal.
It is. There's 3 tax codes. So
We are in a dark black room.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But is this
there are
legal?
3 tax codes that allow you to actually do this under life insurance. And
Oh.
Oh, taxes. So do we get to write this off when we put this in, like a Roth IRA or?
yes, so if
Okay.
you're you can't write off life insurance. However, we do have what we call like executive bonus plans. So it's like, say you have employees under you, and you're offering them like, hey, they don't put into insurance, but it's like, I'm gonna offer you this bonus, but it'll go toward this and it'll help you grow. So I don't know if you guys do football at all, like Jim Harbaugh.
Sure.
He used to be the
I mean, you
coach.
lost me at names, but yes,
okay.
I like
He was
football.
the head coach of the 49ers, and then he went to go to University of Michigan, and then University of Michigan, what they did with his onboarding package to come in and pay him, one of the highest paid coaches, they opened up an IUL or Index Universal Life plan for him to put all his money in, so that when he leaves, he could take that with him.
Holy crap.
And all it did was just compound.
It's awesome.
So not only did he get paid
Yeah.
almost 7 figures, it was freaking crazy. Like
Yeah.
he's one of the highest paid, but he also got to take this plan with him. So any money he wasn't using, he just dumps it in there and it just grows while he does
Sweet.
whatever he does.
So,
So we're
question.
going to get ourselves those plans.
Might be dumb, but is it
Not
like
dumb at all.
retirement? Like, can you take from it when you retire
Yes, ma'am.
and not pay interest?
Yes. Well,
How does that work?
it depends on.
Because I'm not dead, and I don't really care if my family has money. My kids can make their
Screw
own.
the kids.
I'm just kidding. But
It depends on when you
so
take.
how does that work for me personally? I guess.
So whenever it is that you want to take out money, like whenever your retirement age is, you'll just borrow from it.
Okay.
Don't withdraw it, because if you withdraw it, now your money's not making money. But if you just loan it, you're leveraging the life insurance money.
Confused.
Okay.
So instead of like pulling it out and closing it, you kind of take a loan against it, so you still have your account.
Are you still creating
essentially.
interest on money that
Yes,
doesn't exist?
Yes.
Awesome.
You're still yes, it's still growing. And
Do you
so
want to start a new business with our life insurance?
hey,
Can you pull it out for business stuff?
You can pull it out for anything,
you
right?
can put it out for anything. They don't ask questions.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's why there's
So I can
that's
pull it out, flip a house, essentially, right? And then make money, put it back,
What?
pull it
No
out for the
way.
house.
That's definitely what realtors and real estate agents do.
What? Okay, cool.
Sweet.
They'll buy a house, so they'll take it out. So say you have a plan, let it grow a little bit. You'll take money out, flip a house, do whatever you need to, go back and sell it for more, put it back in. Nothing came out of your pocket.
Which is so much cheaper than a hard money.
Yeah. But that's how, if you look at when they say the rich stay rich and all what a lot of the wealthy people do, that's kind of how they just.
They just have Savannah in their back pocket, telling them how to do everything the right way and not the dumb way.
They just have a lot of their, yeah. But remember, you own these policies. And so there are great advisors out there. And it's something, I'm not an advisor. I'm just a professional because I don't. Advisors, they can do stock market up and down, variable stuff, right? I don't do that. I don't believe in losing money. However,
We don't like to gamble our money.
right? It is a gamble either way, except for the fact the only thing that's one of the biggest differences with an advisor is you don't lose any money in this, right? You're investing into your own, and then you own it. I don't manage it, right? Advisors manage different portfolios. I don't manage it. I teach you how to manage it because ultimately, yeah, I have an annual review with you every year to be like, hey, new kids? No. Hey, new business? Like, hey, do you need more coverage? Like stuff like that. But other than that, you should know. Like I'm trying to empower you
Yeah, I
on
like that.
understanding your finances because
Love it.
you know I come across a lot of clients who are just like I said before, like I trusted I've had this advisor for like 20 years. I was like, cool. Have you ever checked on it? And it's like it's probably a great family friend. I'm not saying the family friend will like steer them in the wrong direction, but
Yeah.
it's moving, right? And it's
Yeah, like
if we're-
old practices.
yeah, it's like AI is taking off, right? There's so many things that are happening. So it's like there's so many upgrades and so many different products and strategies and vehicles that can help
Yeah.
a lot more of our people. So it's like, why not take advantage of it in a sense? So it's like, use it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I feel so empowered.
I know. Well, yesterday we were literally just talking about how we wanted to do this because we've taken all of our money out of our 401ks from our past jobs and we've used them to buy and flip several houses.
perfect.
So essentially, we feel like it's in a better position because
It's in real estate now.
it's
Yes.
increased in value more than it would have in the
Yeah.
stocks.
Yep.
However, we do need this piece anyways. We need life insurance anyways,
Yeah.
and might as well not be throwing away the $300 a month towards a term and do the whole life and actually be able to use that money.
Exactly. And part of that, right, is, I don't know, do you ever think about, I mean, I know you said, fuck them kids, but I was like, pretty much, but it's like, but imagine if you were to build like a Burton estate,
Okay.
right, or a Burton trust,
Yeah.
right?
I'm very
just like-
interested in that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, you guys hear about the Rockefellers, right? And so how the Rockefellers did it is when a new Rockefeller is born, obviously they get a brand new life insurance policy on them, right? But instead of the beneficiary being the parents or like your husband, like the beneficiary is the trust, is the Rockefeller trust. So when that Rockefeller dies, that money, hundreds of millions of dollars goes back into the trust, pop out another Rockefeller, oh, they're on a stipend every year.
Oh.
So it's like and that just filters. So that's how they become. You know what I mean?
That's
So
how
it's,
they
Something
keep
you
their
can
money.
help us with because I have one trust, but I have several properties. So if someone sues one of my properties, they can sue my whole trust. So do I need an umbrella? Is that something you're versed into? Like,
not completely versed in, but I do
Okay.
help set up. We have a company that does our legacy and wills and trusts, and so you get to talk to them because
'Cause I
it's
feel
all
like
lawyers and stuff. But
each
yeah.
property should have its own LLC or have its own trust so that if someone sues someone from one property, they can't touch my other properties. Because my personal property is in my trust too. So now if one of my rental properties gets sued, now they can take my home, my personal property.
I'm not
Those
super well.
bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those bitches.
I'm not super well versed in that.
Okay.
However, we have a lot of tax professionals too and tax advisors who are my business partners, and so a lot of times they always say, own everything. Sorry, it's control everything but own nothing.
Yeah.
So you have your trust, right? You're the owner of the trust, but your trust is the big umbrella company, right? So it's like you have that, but they can't sue Janelle directly. They have to do it to the trust, but it's like it's kind of hard to do it through the trust, and it's protected.
How well versed are you in like kids? Because my kids right now each have an IRA. However, that's not super smart because that's a retirement. And what if they want to use that to start a business or to go to school? But I don't want it to be specifically because I'm entrepreneur world, and I don't really want it to be in just a school one because then they can only use it for school, and then most likely one of my children. I already know.
And we don't believe in schools.
He already owns his own LLC. Like, he probably will start a business. And I would rather it go to that.
Yes. So it's not a 457. What is it? I don't remember what the government or plan is. I don't remember what it's called.
But there are...
I don't know if you guys know what it's called.
No.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was like, nope, I have zero idea.
Nope.
Okay. Well, there's that one that's specifically for kids. I can't remember the name. Can't remember this
Is
plan.
it like a stock? Like, does it go up with the stock market?
Yes, but it's strictly for kids.
Okay.
But the government owns it, but it is strictly for education. If they choose to not use it for education, they have to pay a ton of fees and a ton of taxes for it to do it. But yes, so the IULs, we call it $1 million babies, because you can do the same thing for kids, and you throw money in there, and then they can have access to it later on. And remember, like I said, they don't ask questions.
Nice.
Right? Obviously, as long as you're not doing anything illegal.
And is that a tax write-off as well? So if I do...
Okay, sure.
Oh, okay, whatever you say.
Gotcha.
Whatever you
Yeah.
say.
We would never do that.
So, is that a tax write-off for us as well?
If your kids are your employees.
Okay. So, but I can only have my kid as an employee if I have an S corp. Is that right? Or if I have an LLC? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I pay my kids, said $14,000 a year, I think that's the max you can pay your kids a year or something. You can put that money into this.
You're putting them. You're
paying them, and then they're putting it into that account, and then that'll accrue.
Yes. And because you're putting it into a bonus plan.
Okay.
Right, per se.
So my business can write it off by paying them as an employee. However, and I don't have to pay taxes on them because they're underage. Is that correct? They don't have to pay taxes because they're underage. Then you take that money and put it into their funds, and there's my write-off, and then there's them.
Exactly. Okay. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be an S corp. It could just be an LLC.
Yeah, it could be an LLC.
Okay.
Okay. So money laundering. Got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going back to that. Sure.
Copy that. No. Got it. Yeah.
So now you got to put your kids to work.
Yeah.
Find jobs for them. Your next employee, little Miss Sis.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do?
Well, driving me nuts so far. Yeah.
Well, I should pay her for that then.
Yeah. Pay her for nagging me. Yeah. No, she actually goes to Mindy's with me because she thinks she goes to Salt and Light with me. She thinks she's gonna get a toy every time we go. I'm just gonna write it off as her creating content.
More money, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need it for content. That's part of your business stuff.
Yeah. Those are so many cool things that I'm financially dumb. Like, I don't know, like, this kind of stuff.
Actually not. You're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner. So how can you be financially dumb?
Because, like, little things like this, like how to, like, I understand how to make money, right? From, like, products, services, all of that. But outside of that, like, the back end stuff, I'm clueless. Like, all the things you're saying, I'm like, I do. I really do.
Well, and that's
I try to know this stuff, but I'm tired of knowing everything. So now I'm just hiring everything out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm sick of trying to know it all because I just half-ass it. I want to go to someone who's educated and puts their full knowledge into it and knows it and can just like help me.
Yeah, fix
Help
it.
me.
Fix it, Jesus.
I'm like, cool. Let's go over your expenses. Let's go over what your budget is or what you make every month. So we'll literally do like what you make every month, and then we'll write down everything all the way down to how much do you spend on Starbucks every day or how much.
Stop! Don't come at me like that.
Sorry, did I say Starbucks? I said Dutch Bros. That's what I meant.
Yeah, sick.
That's right, Dutch Bros. Or like even like. There's like 2 clients I had this past week. They have Netflix, Paramount, Peacock, Apple TV, all of them. And I'm like, yeah, that $6.99 looks great at the time until it adds up. And now, Netflix is at $24.99 if you have more than 2 users, right? Like, I know this stuff. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, but I just have no money. I'm like, that's crazy. You spent $100 on apps alone.
Yeah.
You have 2 kids. You should just have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You really need Netflix. I was like, it's not that serious.
And I was listening to this guy, and he had a great example of like, okay, take your finances and say, okay, 60% goes to this, 40% goes to this. And he was like really, it was really intuitive and like, and one of them was like an account of like, you have to spend that every single month. almost like, because it's like you can't just live in this deprivation of no Starbucks.
Exactly.
You can't. You have to live your life.
I don't want another intervention episode.
No, I'm saying you should drink your Starbucks.
You should be able to have a fun for that. That's part of what I do too. Is like I'll take examples
will fall
from
off if it's too tight.
Yeah.
So like
it's like a diet.
Our industry is it's lucrative, but it's also like kind of crazy sometimes when people challenge each other. So like you guys know who Dave Ramsey is, of course, the financial guru, right? He doesn't like what we do, because he only talks about one thing, and I'm like, bro, but it's so crazy because I take a lot of his if you've ever gone through FPU with him. His first 2 baby steps. One is have an emergency fund of a minimum of $1,000, and then the second one is to do like what other than pay off debt is. He does like the envelope system.
Oh yeah.
So I do that with a couple of my clients who need it, who've never done a budget. I was like, try this first, and I was like, and it's also what I teach because I'll teach some classes at Logos, and I'll teach my SOU students. Like, have these envelopes. It's okay.
No, I'm not.
Decorate them as much as you want. I was like, but you have to have a fund, or you have to have a coffee fund. You have to, if you know that, all right, cool. I have $100 for Starbucks every month. So it's like, okay, cool. So if you have that relationship with actual money is different than when you have a debit card or a credit card.
When you can't see it.
You can't see
You're
it.
like,
It's
just
invisible.
swipe
It's like,
it.
swipe it away.
Yeah.
And like, especially if it's a credit card, it's like, like $5,000 of credit.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you just swipe. So there's no
Until
emotion.
it doesn't swipe.
Exactly. Compared to like cash, it's like, and like I said, Dave Ramsey says it best when he's like, you have that emotion when you see the $100 for Starbucks, and it's like getting toward the end of the month, and you're like, shoot, I have $5 left. My Venti costs $7 or $8, and it's like, can I just get a black coffee with it? Can I get a tall black coffee because that's all I can?
Espresso shot.
Or you could be like, oh, I got points. And it's like, so you use your points compared to using cash, but it's like once that money is out of the envelope, it's like you're kind of conflicted in your mind. Do I take money from the other envelope? Like, do my kids really need another toy this month? They don't. Like, I'll use that for my Dutch Bros. Or is it like, honey, like your spouse? It's like, do we really need to go to the movies? Like, I actually need an extra outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like now you're kind of debating with yourself. You see all these envelopes that have all these different funds, and it's like depleting at the end of the month. And it's like, okay, well, sorry guys, I guess we're just not going to go out to eat. We're eating sandwiches until the end of the month or until the first, because you're kind of creating this mindset in yourself. Like, no, you have to stay disciplined, right? But like how you said, you should be able to kind of diversify on a smaller level with your envelopes or with your budget. Like you need some room for fun. Budget.
Yeah.
So.
Some leniency.
I like that thing where it was like, put 20% towards your fun money and you have to spend it. Like, go all out, go to the spa and get the extra treatment and get this and be bougie with that money, because you have to reward yourself, or else you're going to just be in this constant state of deprivation. And then you're going to just be like, well, screw it.
Exactly.
I don't want to do it anymore. Or like people who are in a lot of debt, say you're 20,000 in debt, right? And you've got this credit card debt. It's like, well, what's another $100? You know?
Yes, exactly.
So that's when you're just like spinning the card, because you're like, well, I'm already 20 in debt. Like,
why not
go have fun today? Right?
Yeah.
And so I think with the like, if 10% of your income that you're putting into your savings is only $1.25, put that $1.25 into the savings. Don't be like, oh, well, that's not going to make a difference. But it's like training your brain to just start saving that. No matter what it is.
Yeah,
even
once
if
you
it's
do it
$1.
with a small amount, you'll do it with a bigger amount. So it's a lot easier for you to do it. Yeah. So it's usually called, what we've learned a lot lately is like the punishment reward system.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, cool. If you get this much saved, or if you put this much away, yes, you can treat yourself to like a spa day or something like that, right? Or, hey, we did eat out all month, guys. I was like, let's go to a freaking steakhouse, because we get to reward ourselves for doing such things. But you can also use those concepts, not even just with money, but like within life itself, right? It's like, you didn't go to the gym this morning, so you have to eat ramen. You know what I mean? Like, you have to eat like salad the rest of the week or something like that. Like, that's one of those, like your punishment reward system, but it really does go hand in hand with finances too. So,
and I like what you were saying about, okay, well, I don't want to go to the movies because I want clothes. I think, at least when I had money in savings, because I don't right now.
We're not going to go there. It's fine. Everything's fine.
About that. It's fine.
It was like, it was attached to something. So like, oh, I need a new lawnmower, or I want to go on this vacation, or I want to buy a house. Like, it was attached to something. So then when I stole from it, to do something else, I was like, okay, well, now I'm prolonging that lawnmower or that vacation, or it's taking from something tangible versus just like taking out of a pot.
Yes. And giving yourself a challenge is a good thing too, right? So like, hey, we're planning on going on all expense paid cruise, 7-day cruise, and this is how much it costs. But I don't know if you've ever seen that movie Up.
Yeah.
Where they keep putting in their fun money, right? And then they keep having to break it because stuff happens. So it's like prolonging. And then by the time they actually realize it, or he realizes it, like she's about to die and it's super old. You know what I mean? It's like
so sad.
Yeah, I know. I'll try to not to get emotional. It's just like one of those like you're prolonging, like you're writing you're writing down your goals, but it's like how much more are you going to keep prolonging them?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And it's not even just the big goals; it's the small ones, right? Oh, I want a new. My students, we took them down to a business event last weekend, and I was like, "Hey, you need to wear business attire." And so they were like, "Oh, okay." So then the very next day, they're like, "Auntie Vanna, we went to Macy's. It's $100 for a suit." And I was like, "Really? That's crazy." You can probably find something very similar at Goodwill. And they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll just go to Goodwill."
Yeah,
it's like,
okay, cool.
It's like, so it's like, if it's one of those.
And how many times do people wear a suit? So it's probably in good shape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like having those type of different mindsets is kind of funny. So a lot of people, when they challenge themselves to kind of do this, it's like, which would you rather, right? Saving for your goals and actually getting up there where you want to, or trying to do like fulfill yourself with it now,
having fun for a second.
Exactly. So no offense, Mo, but do I really need that venti iced coffee? Like, do I really? Right? So it's like, but that's the conversation, and that's for me is a big deal. As long as you start to think about this stuff, and it's not like fluid, like no, let's just give money away. But it's like, wait, if you're actually stopping yourself and you're thinking about it, like, okay, should I do this? I'm like, boom, hey, you're one step closer because you actually stop to think about it instead of just
you're more conscious of it.
More conscious of it.
Yeah.
That's it. So.
Yeah.
And I think it's thinking about the bigger things too, right? Like look at the big picture of what you're like, okay, well, I'm spending, $200 on this, but I'm spending $5 on this. It's like, okay, if this gives you joy in your day to hold this cup with this logo and this thing, I mean, what's $5? But that I get
7.
Holy shit.
It's a venti.
Delicious.
You need to keep that fucking cup and I will make it for you. You can bleep out that word.
Or not.
Or not.
It's a dirty business podcast. I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Whatever we want.
I will make you that every day.
Okay, so I'm actually, speaking of big things to get, I found the most beautiful espresso machine so I can make my own at home.
Yeah.
It's only a cool $1,600.
I thought my espresso machine was expensive for $800.
So I'm going to sell my Nespresso for $85.
$1,600 for that espresso machine?
It's so pretty.
Anna's over here like,
actually,
that doesn't budget out, right?
Actually, it might, because let me see. How often
do you
actually buy that?
Oh, at least 3 times a week.
So that's...
My husband doesn't watch this. This is fine. 12. He doesn't need to know.
So it'd be 12 times 7.
Okay.
So that you basically spend about $84 a month-ish.
Okay.
Right?
I pay Mo in cash so that she doesn't have to tell her family.
Oh, that makes sense. Don't worry. So it's under the table. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
Sorry,
we'll just cut this out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome. Okay.
There's my fun money.
$1,600 divided by 84.
Okay.
So it should take you about 19 years to pay off.
19 months.
Oh, 19. No. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. Is it? Wait, hold on.
See, only 18 months. 5 easy payments.
7 times. I lied. It's supposed to be 84 a month. Yeah, it is 84 a month.
Okay.
So it would take 19 months. So it would take about a year and a half.
To make up for it?
Yeah. To pay it off.
Okay, well, easy peasy.
And at least with your home bread espresso machine, you get to have it every day instead of only 3 times a day.
See what I mean? This whole thing was worth it just now. Yeah.
What's your husband's name?
Andrew.
Andrew, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I broke it down for you, brother.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's so you're like $1,600.
Like,
you don't even need coffee.
Yeah. I was like, I got you. It's
Yeah.
a month and a year and a half, and she'll have it paid off. I promise.
He's like, you could just
Kia's gonna
the
go home and
coffee.
start talking about Savannah, and he's gonna be like, "Who is this?
Who is
Savannah
this
and
lady?
shit."
How
So
dare
about
she?
your podcast, we're done. Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Janelle's
love
gonna
it.
need to look for another buddy. You're done.
Sorry.
You're done.